Yes, it is, Jacob. It is from 1997. It is the original Armored Core on the PlayStation 1. I got myself a picture card, and as you can see, it's working. I'm playing it on a genuine PS1, no emulator or anything. The game is as old as my brother, who is already married. Nothing nightly, just kind of had a slight hiccup. Turns out you have to have the games, you have to have the console started before you actually start the stream, or else it doesn't capture it. It's definitely an interesting little quirk. Good thing I caught her. But, gonna let people kind of filter in here. We're playing a retro game. Armored Core. It's Armored Core, the very first one. 1997. It is oldie but a goldie. In my opinion, anyway. How's the audio, by the way? Is the game too loud? Is it too soft? Well, by museum, you mean like, my own collection. We're just kind of letting the movies play, just to, like, kind of let you see them, because, unlike Armored Core 6, there actually is a little intro movie movies that play if you just wait here for a moment. Game audio too high. Got it. Alright. There we go. Let's try that. How about now, Nightly? Is it still too loud? I know the console through my through the device here is so loud that I actually don't even have the earbuds that I listen to the games through in my ears right now. I can still hear it clearly, so okay, that's good enough. Fun fact, original Armor Cores were designed by the guy that did, like, Macross, if I recall. Which is a mech anime, where, like... I'm doing great, Jacob. How about you? And scenario mode is the story mode. We're going to do a new game. Pilot name is going to be, obviously, Tibbets. They don't give you a whole lot of space to type a name, so it's actually a perfect name, really. Go down to end. Yep. This is the only test that we give to people who want to become a raven. which is what they call like the mech pilot, the Armor Corps pilots in this universe, and they're elite mercenaries. You must battle against the opponent AC. They're actually slightly weaker enemies, but only slightly weaker. And survive. If you survive, you will be considered a Raven. That's all. Good luck. Hi, Shu. How's it going? Did you do your homework?
System engaged.
And these two rather large, potent MTs, which are actually pretty durable, pretty powerful in their own right. You can only have one weapon, actual weapon, actually active at any given time, unlike Armor Core 6, where you were essentially quad wielding if you really wanted to.
The test is over. From this moment on, you are a Raven.
Yeah, you see, the homework that Shu needs to do is actually to do a history test on Armor Core. So he's actually watching the stream as part of the research. So he's actually doing his homework. Alright, and this is the menu of the original Armor Core. And we have ranking, mail, mission, garage. We're going to start with the garage and actually paint this thing. Actually, no, first we're going to do a couple things. First off, we're going to sell the... I think the head is the cheapest one available. There are cheaper legs. So we can get a better... So we can try and get some better gear. The cheapest legs are, in fact... There's a cheaper one. Yes, these guys. That gives us a little wiggle room when it comes to our weapons. Because we're going to sell that and try and get a slightly better weapon, because that rifle sucks. We're just going to start with the first machine gun available. Hi, Cassie. How's it going? Are you ready for some retro games? Now we're going to paint it. Now, the painting works a little differently than it does in Armor Core 6 and most later games. Change Pattern is essentially a series of pre-made camos. You actually don't get you don't really get to, like, customize them too much. But each one has a set... we'll just use this one. And when you go to edit, you instead get a set of, like, secondary presets. So what should we paint this thing? Well, we're all Scarlings here, so we're going to make it red. And as you can tell, it's very neon red, so we're going to make it a slightly darker shade of red. There we go. And we hit triangle to switch to the next color. Now we're going to make this more of a gold color. It kind of inspired by our 2.0 outfit. Okay. Okay. That'll do it. Alright, so 35, 30, 10. Oh, that's too much. 35, 30, and 10. X to accept. There we go. And ranking, there's no arena mode. Instead, it just kind of shows who the top rankers are, like the most profitable mercenaries currently in the universe. Top one being 9 Ball. they expand on that, consider on him considerably more in the third game, though it is obvious that there's something weird going on with him as you reach the end of this game. Okay. And we get some mail right when we start. To all new Ravens. Welcome to the Raven's Nest. We at the Raven's Nest use the net to provide various types of support to those who have become Ravens. In addition to railing missions, we mainly provide AC repair services, supply ammo, sell new AC parts, etc. We also occasionally use email to relay information regarding the missions that you have accepted. The Nest never interferes with the mission requesters or with the individual Ravens. Even if you have trouble with the mission requesters, the Nest cannot get involved. Be aware of this. Oh, by the way, call me R. I will be your contact at the Nest. Whether your association will be long or short depends entirely on your skill. I'll be in touch. And this game predates, Armored Core didn't incorporate autosave until much later, so we'll have to actually manually save it later. But first things first. You get 2 missions here. And in order to kind of show how ruthless the universe is, the first 2 missions you can choose is eliminate a bunch of people squatting in a abandoned facility or eliminate a bunch of striking workers. Yeah. Woo! But this one has a hidden part in it, so we're going to start here. Chrome. Workers in the Avalon Valley development area demonstrating for better working conditions have taken over the Dome Bridge. They have erected a barricade on the bridge and completely halted traffic. There is no sign of their giving in to the guards. They persist in demanding to see the HQ. We told them that we have no time to deal with such trifling matters, but they don't seem to understand. Anyway, we can't leave this as is. In a drawn-out battle, collateral damage will become a problem, so forcibly eliminate them now. Several worker MTs are on the bridge, but this should be no problem at all for you Ravens. Our armored division is also deployed. Should be an easy job, so get to it. Okay, so it's a very simple go in and kill everything mission.
System engaged.
There we go. And we're actually going to hop back behind us. And this is the armor division, just a bunch of inanimate trucks, but here's a hidden part. And we just hit the circle button when we go in here. There we go. Diary, there we go. Seems like we're too far out of his aggro range to really do anything. There we go. Yeah, Knightley, that's the point. This is like meant to be like, a hyper-capitalist society where like the world has ended. This is actually, all of humanity is now living underground. I forgot. This game comes when like the backstory was in a booklet that comes out of the game. So I have the game case right here, so let me read it to you. Pause for a sec. It is indeed a tank control game. Armored Core stuck with the tank controls for way too long, but it's very responsive tank controls, so you kind of have to deal with it. Anyway, where's the introduction? Okay. The last war waged among nations, known as the Great Destruction, ended with mankind vanishing from the surface of the Earth. The echo of humanity that survived left the howling winds and radioactive dust to make their home underground. Half a century later, the concept of the nation is no more. Instead, corporations lead and rule the populace. Though the world is making a rapid recovery through the ruthless corporate competition, social disorder, surfaces of disparities in wealth, terrorist outbreaks, and racism refuse to go away. The ruling corporations, seeking ever greater power and wealth, refuse to let the strife end. It is a new world order, where lives are bought and sold in a twisted free market economy, but there are always exceptions to every rule. The Ravens. Mercenaries who take on any mission for a price, pledge allegiance to nothing and no one, and exist beyond the control of the corporations. Hired to take out the competition, the Ravens take no sides and fight without regard for good or evil. The game came out in 1997. It is as old as my younger, Tibbet's the younger, the middle brother, who is already married. Who is currently married, so, it is what? It's like 28 years old. Anyway, back to the game. But yeah, you fly around it with tank controls, and it actually kind of works. Actually works fairly well. I can actually get pretty maneuverable in this game. I think one of them blew up each other. There we go.
Target achieved.
There we go. Yeah, and as you can see, you don't make as much money in this game as you do in 6. So there's a very real possibility of going into debt if you're not careful. And that's our first mission complete. What we got is a large rocket launcher, which is... Now, rocket launchers don't really exist in Armored Core 6. They are essentially unguided weapons. They don't lock on. You have to manually aim them. They tend to be very powerful, though. But they're kind of difficult to use against anything moving, so we're going to sell it for some extra cash. Yeah, it's kind of crazy when that happens. My dad used to play this because I was getting into robots at the time. Like my favorite movie was The Iron Giant at the time, and all that. And he would play this game with me watching. Anyway, our goal next should be the generator. Because the basic generator sucks. And the thing about the energy in this game is that once you run out of it, you have to wait for it to fully recharge before you can do anything, and it takes a while. Yeah, he's my biological dad, that is. He passed away in 2000. Yeah. But it linked me to Armored Core, and here I am. And actually, let's sell the boosters. See if I get a better boosters as well. Yeah, Papa Tibbet is my stepdad. Oh, it happened way back. Like, it happened in 2000, so not too long after he started playing this game. Indeed. Oh yeah, you could also name your AC. I don't know what to name it though. I probably shouldn't use the Corpo VTuber's name. And Enchantress won't fit. I just know it because they only give you so many slots. I'll start with red for now. Because we could change the mech name whenever we want. Oh, we should probably make sure the parts are actually installed. They are, okay. Yep, okay, there's that. Now we're going to do the other one. Alright. This time it's from the City Guard of the ZAM City Guard. Now pretty much everyone, nuclear war happens, and they had already been building these underground cities to handle overpopulation before the nuclear war happened. And that's pretty much all the people that lived. So ZAM is one of these underground cities. There's Isaac City. There's a few others, and people are starting to come back to the surface and explore, but it's all under brutal corporations that, well, are doing, like, you know, cyberpunk dystopia corporation stuff. ZAM City Guard. You are to eliminate a group of illegal squatters at an abandoned factory on the east side of the city. They profess to be radicals opposed to area redevelopment. However, the planners already reached an agreement with the citizens in question, so these are merely outlaws who want an excuse to run amok. But they are still citizens, so from the standpoint of the Guard, we cannot use force. If they are left as is, there is a risk of affecting the progress of the plan. There is no need for restraint. We want you to firmly teach them the rules of society. Brutal society, brutal society. Yeah, Cassie, I've been playing the horse girl game for a bit now, for a few days now. Yeah.
System engaged.
Yeah, I blame you. All right. First enemy's over here. It is surprisingly addicting, that shoe, I will admit. My game's kind of bugged in that... Oh, no, that guy's actually out in the open. There we go. My particular game's a little bugged in that this enemy... Oh, no, he's actually out in the open now. That enemy is usually kind of go through the wall and you actually can't hit them. I'm actually already at the ability I can join a club, but I'm more on my phone, so yeah, I'm not gonna be able to join like Scarlet's club. I think that's a PC only thing. Oh, and you got a melee weapon. This guy does too. So yeah, he just kind of slaps you with his drill. There we go. The last of them.
Target achieved.
Okay, made some money. Yeah. Let's see, how expensive is the pulse rifle? I can just about afford it. Okay. Oh, okay, that's cool, Cassie. Feel free to let me know on Twitter, and I'll see if I can link up to it. Now, a pulse rifle is an energy weapon, and energy weapons in this game don't cost any ammo, but they drain your energy gauge, which is like your stamina, your booster stamina, which is different than it is in Armored Core 6. Armored Core 6 is the first Armored Core game where the energy weapons do not drain your stamina gauge. Let's see if I get a bit bigger booster. And generator, I mean. So I'll just pop that back in then. So if you want to make money, you want to have at least one energy weapon on you. And good energy output to actually use it. Oh, and emblem. It's essentially Microsoft Paint. I usually just use a sample emblem myself. It's got like some of the guys in the rankings already, and then you have these like pre-made ones, as well as like the faction ones. Yeah, shoo, it is very nostalgic. Anyway, let's see. Let's see, which one should I go with as my personal emblem? You know what? I'll throw Knightly a bone. And you apply. And it popped on your left shoulder there. So watch it, wait for the AC to kind of spin around again. There you go. Alright, Isaac City Guard this time. We just now discovered several unidentified MTs in the sewers. The MTs overwhelmed the guards going to investigate and fled. I don't think they are ordinary citizens. Our reputation will be ruined if we let them go. We'll begin our search of the sewers at once and drive them to you like cattle. You wait there and pound them. Alright, so pretty much destroy a few MTs and be done with it. I have a PS2 as well, Shu. I'll be able to play games from that as well, like the rest of the Armored Core games, and as well as Front Mission 4. I should be able to play my PSP. I have a plan to play a PSP Armored Core game as like a competition of some sort. If you remember when Scarlet did that Beyblade competition with all the Scarlings, you know, they chose different Beyblades to be their representatives, and they all fought each other. I was going to do the same thing with an Armored Core game on the PSP, where you program an AI to pilot the ACs. And I would make a few presets for Scarlings to choose. It was actually very easy. The capture card was only like $30 off of Amazon. It is the I get the package. It is the where's the name? It is not listing the name. Okay, let me try it off the actual box. Give me a sec. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Cassie. That could help. Only speed and width. It's the XIIX mask video capture card. But yeah, pretty much it comes with a cord. You make sure you have the. Now the thing is that I already had a HDMI converter for my PS1, PS2 because You know how those PS2s had that 3-prong cord that was like the input jacks? Well, one of them broke off in the TV one day, so I had to get a HDMI adapter for it anyway. So that's what I've been using for a while now, and it's compatible with this capture device. You just make sure you have that, another HDMI cord that connects to your monitor or your video device, and then a USB 3 cord that comes with the device that you plug into the PC itself to let it connect to your to let it kind of communicate with your streaming software. It was actually really easy. You know, it comes with fairly simple instructions. And yeah. Anyway, we're going to go blow up some guys and mechs in the sewer.
System engaged.
And test out the pulse weapon. And you can see on the energy gauge on
This is
the
the
left
guard.
it is draining
If
my
corner
energy
the enemy
when
is
using
expected,
it.
we'll leave the rest up to you.
But it's not going to cost me any money to get new ammo for it. Yeah, I was concerned it wouldn't even be compatible with my older consoles, but luckily I already had the HDMI converter to use with it. And so far it seems to be working just gloriously. I have never played the OG Xbox. I was, my biological father was a big gamer nerd, and he was getting excited for the PS2, so that's what my mom got me, and I just kind of stuck with PlayStation up until the PC. My conversion to the PC went instead of the PS5.
Target
There we go.
achieved.
Mission achieved. And as you can see, there's no ammo cost. Did get a little damage, so I did have to pay some repairs, but I got most of the reward. But yeah, any PlayStation 1 or PS2 games you'd like to see me play in the future? You let me know on Twitter if you so wish. Oh, good job, Shu. Yeah, PC is definitely it's definitely a bit more of a handful to actually acquire than a plain old console, because the console's kind of already pre-built. But there's a lot more games on the PC than there are on a console, because most of the console games are on the PC anyway, and then there's some PC-only games, and yeah. Okay, so. Oh, I should actually show you something. There's a series of functions that don't exist later on. Yeah, I got mine pre-built, so I guess I can't speak too much about building a PC. Good luck, Shu. Good luck. But yeah, there's actually a map that like an actual map that pauses the game you look at. It's like a 3D map that lets you kind of zoom around and see where you're at. There's a radar, which you saw in the top right corner. Noise canceller allows you to avoid your lock-on being jammed by things. And there's like one mission where that happens, so keep an eye out for that mission. Biosensor. Well, that's not ominous at all, now is it? Ooh, excellent, Shu. You have any games in mind? You have in mind for streaming? A lot of the old ones are pretty cheap nowadays. Most of the newer games, though, are quite pricey. But, you know, if you got a functioning, if you got a, like your PS2, you could, with this device, you could probably, you know, fairly easily stream your old your PS2 games as well. That'd be fun. Or it's also compatible with the PS3 and newer consoles as well, if you have those as well. So it's just a handy thing to have if you want to stream games you already own, but you know don't want to buy again on Steam. And then of course there's the radar. Now one of the weapons on my back is actually a radar. Ooh, nice nightly. Yeah, Scarlet. Shoot. Sorry, tripped over my words. For instance, if we look at this head, which is the iconic red eye, which is the one the guy in the beginning movie had, it has a radar and a more complex functions than what our current head does. So we could actually sell that and that. And get that. This one is a bit of a pain in the butt. It's also very stressful. So I am going to save beforehand. Let's see, do I have any slots available? I have no idea what that one is. Anyway. Alright, so this one's a little complicated because it's one where you have to kind of avoid something exploding. Because people were very stupid when they were doing this. When they were doing what the yeah, I'll just read the... Or do I want to do stop security MTs? Yeah, I'm going to continue bringing them back a little bit. Let's see here. Recoiling the wheel facility is a good test of your ability to look up and down because it's a little awkward. Because again, this, as Cassie pointed out, these are tank controls. You don't use the analog stick. The directional buttons make you move forward, backward, turn left and right. L1, R1 on your left and right sidestepping. L2, R2 are your look up and down. Square is your shoot. X is your boosters. Circle is your interaction button as well as your left-hand laser blade. And triangle lets you cycle between your weapons. The select button, which is like which is the one that's like right next to the start button, allows you to access the map function, which I'll show you here in a sec. Actually, let's do that one. We want you to attack the terrorist group's struggle that is occupying the oil extraction facility Tide. Although this facility is now completely abandoned, we were at the point of initiating a retrofit plan. Their purpose can be none other than to sabotage our company. We cannot let this delay construction. That would only play into their hands. The Tide facility may have some old tanks that still contain oil. They might explode if hit, so be very careful in your operations. Just a couple little small flying enemies.
Main system engaging combat
and
mode.
The ones which are kind of have that, the greenish ones which kind of have that glow underneath them, are actually flamethrowers. And they're very annoying because you can't really see much if you're being flamed. So I prioritize them first and foremost. The red ones just fire missiles, which are kind of easy to dodge. So as you can see, they're not really hitting me all that much. I'm just walking to the side. Oh, I'm out of energy, so I can switch on missile launcher. Alright, that's one good. And if you actually wait long enough, your friend, the company that paid you actually will fire some missiles to help you out.
The battle seems hard fought. We will now engage in support fire. Stay safe for a while.
Kind of clear out some enemies. There's some missiles flying in from off screen. There we go.
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
Okay, I see. That's perfectly fine. You know, no need to do anything too fancy. Alright, I actually didn't take any damage that time. I did use a couple of missiles, try to use some missiles, so I did end up, losing some money still, but, that actually would have went great had I just had a better generator. And mail. Okay, we come to the facility from Chrome. Good job, Raven. We like your work, so maybe we'll have you work for us in the future. You're pretty handy with an AC, but that alone is not enough for you to survive. Not skill alone. Remember this well. And R, indeed, shoo, that's the plan. Despite the small scale of its activities, the armed group Struggle, sworn to fight against Chrome, is famous among the militaristic factions for being well-armed, exceeding even imminent storm. In other words, they must have some powerful backing behind them. The only corporation that has the power to resist Chrome is none other than Murakuma Millennium. Murakuma must be given some sort of organizational support to Struggle in order to whittle away at the power of Chrome, a very likely situation as you must see. I'll be in touch. I'm actually going to see if I get a better generator. That's this one. This is the best generator available to you at this time. So I'll just try to do that. There we go. The security system that we monitor has been destroyed, and security empties from various areas are running amok. The true running amok. The true perpetrator is as yet unknown. All the guards are trying to control the situation, but the scope of damage is too wide, so we cannot completely handle it. We are asking the Ravens for help to destroy all the security MTs in the business district of the city. We have already evacuated the citizens, no need for restraint. Excuse me.
Main system engaging combat mode.
That one's dead. Well, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, Cassie, because you're not making money off of it, so, then again, I don't know. I haven't played any games with it, have, like, copyrighted music in it. Alright, that one's dead. That's dead. I'm a little low on ammo on this gun, but that's fine. I got this launcher and a laser blade if necessary.
Target of operation
Good.
cleared.
Okay, perfect.
System switched to normal mode.
Okay, just took a little bit of splinter damage, but that's fine. Yeah, shoo, that's how they get you. Alright, and this is a unique mission which you actually don't get a money reward, you get a new part instead as your reward. Now let's see here. Let's see, oh, I haven't even used. What do I want to do? Let's see, do I want to... Did I get into ranking yet? Probably not. No, I am not. So we're going to do this one real quick, and this is our first one from Murakumo Millennium, the other corporation of the two major super corporations. The other one being Chrome. We want you to destroy a Chrome gun emplacement. The gun emplacement construction site is located in an ocean buffer zone that just barely outside Murakumo territory. Our repeated warnings to halt construction have been completely ignored. Chrome offers only transparent excuses about maintaining security, but their intentions are clearly a preemptive military attack. We now have no choice but to use a force. This time we have prepared an AC part as your pay, apparently. It is a prototype of the highest quality. We are counting on the Ravens. And pretty much we have to go in and blow up 4 big old gun turrets.
We've arrived at the combat area. We'll leave as soon as your AC is deployed.
Drop ship that gets shot at immediately because it came too close.
Main system engaging
Drops us
combat
off.
mode.
And if you actually wait and look up, it actually gets blown up. Oh, I guess it was blown up behind us anyway. So we have to kind of jet forward to avoid being hit by the turrets because it hurt. Destroy them one at a time. So there's a bunch of MTs as well attacking us, so flying is attacking us, so we're wary of that. Nope. Checked by that. Turrets are only a concern.
Target of operation cleared. System switched
It's
to
cool that some
normal
things
mode.
will leave like wreckage, like burning wreckage like that. It was kind of amazing what they were able to get away with, what they were able to kind of force out of the PS1 back in '97 on this game, to be honest. I mean, yeah, the graphics aren't the greatest, but boy, there are a lot of like little details and stuff in them. Well, thanks. Congratulations on a job well done. We are grateful that you resolved the situation quickly. Chrome's tyrannical conduct is becoming more and more violent every day. We would never stoop to the kind of wrongful use of force that they embrace. Yes, they do. But we have no choice but to fight. I hope we can count on you the next time the need arises. There are these legs, but they don't carry enough weight, I don't think, so we're going to sell them for a fair bit of money. And we're going to take a look at the missions available. Ooh, okay, so this mission, okay, so let me tell you about how Armored Core 1 does its cheat codes. There is a couple cheat codes, one of which allows you to change your pilot name, which you normally can't do after you start the game. One that turns it into toggles it into a first-person mode, but most of them you have to kind of do this funky thing, and it's called the Human Plus program. It'll talk about it in mail a little later on, but this mission here is the easiest way to actually get them, and pretty much it allows you to unlock things such as the ability to fire your back-mounted cannons while walking around with non-tank legs. The ability to shoot waves out of your laser blade, but more energy, fancier radar, built-in radar, etc., etc. However, I think I want to challenge myself and not use it this time. I do have a poll up on Twitter that said, hey, do you want me to do that and show you how to do it, but yeah, I don't think I will. Anyway. Just wanted to put that out there. In the meantime, we're we're going to swap out a couple things. I'm going to take a look at available weapons. XP 2000 is significantly more expensive, but more capable. Right, but Armor Core's cheat codes are very different still, so. I'm gonna sell that. And optional parts are essentially little mods that you add to your mech that do different things. Like this one automatically launches the missiles as soon as they lock on. But we are looking for one that improves our energy weapon capabilities. Okay, and your core has a certain number of slots in. These are your optional slots. You say, I have 8 total, this one takes 1. Some will take more than 1. Anyway, and that will give us a bit more of a rapid fire weapon, since this is a slower firing version of the weapon I had before, but it has more ammo and has more damage. That's okay, Knightley. I'm the one mostly talking here. This game is my area of expertise. I used the OG PlayStation magazine way back in the day for cheat codes. Not that I use cheat codes all that often, because Armor Core doesn't really have very many cheat codes, but you know, there was a couple games that had cheat codes that I used growing up just because. Okay, so we're actually going to do this one. Isaac City Guard. We have managed to obtain vital information on the terrorist group Imminent Storm. The scum plan to hide inside the city sewers and build their headquarters there. Imminent Storm has perpetrated many terrorist acts on Isaac City in the past, and the Guard has suffered bitter defeats. We will never let them build their headquarters. Yet we hesitate to act with only our weaponry. This is why we have asked the Ravens for help. Already several guards have gone ahead, but it is too dangerous for them alone. Your operation has 2 objectives. Protect the Guard detachment and destroy the terrorist leader. We will deduct 1,000 credits from your pay for each guard killed. Ravens, we are counting on you. And so you just go ahead and kill a bunch of enemies, but most importantly, the red one that you find in a final mission.
Main system engaging combat mode.
Yep. Here I'm wasting ammo. These blue ones are friendly, so we need to avoid them being killed if we can. Because it costs money every time one of them does die. There we go. And we actually could have ignored that guy and saved ammo. We can actually ignore that door and keep going on. It's a bit of a maze. Oh, actually, hit select and you get a little map that gets added, that builds up as you explore the mission. We're going to save our ammo if we can. Kill some enemies so I can avoid some damage. I want to say we continue this way. Yeah, I want to say we continue this way. This mission's a bit of a maze. Right, I miss those days. The games, you didn't have to download, spend hours downloading games, but, yeah, just the way the technology developed. This way, I believe. Oh, yep.
Is that you,
Friendly
Raven?
enemy.
The
Friendly
target is in
MT.
this sector.
This one's kind of
Recounting
programmed to
orders.
die anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. And this is where the little mini boss is. Kind of spawns in
Target
right there.
identified as the enemy leader's MT.
It's the same MT, but it's red, and it has more powerful weapons. Like, its guns kind of stun you, and it fires missiles as well. There we go, but it blows up just the same.
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
Made some good money there. Oh, no briefing on imminent storm? Okay, guess not. Oh, you know what? I bet it's because we have to do that other squatter mission. This one. Sam City Guard. Remnants of the squatters who occupied the abandoned factory on the east side of the city have reappeared. They have brought together 12 MTs from somewhere and have again amassed inside the factory, clamoring for us to bring out the guys who hurt them before. They are on a rampage. Our scarred weaponry is useless. Any Raven will do, just do something.
Main system engaging combat mode.
How dare you come here?
Don't
Don't
kind of
get
start
carried
surrounding
away just
already,
because you're
but
a
that's
Raven.
fine. It makes it easier to find them. Saves you the troll hunting them down later. And then we just kind of go back to the spots that the original ones were in the first mission that we came in here to do this. And there should be an enemy over here as well. And then a little hallway, a little intersection here. Okay. Yeah, I see he's kind of clipping through the wall there. You actually can't shoot him yet. Now I can. Those guys are dead.
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
Oof, Cassie, oof. New mail. Now they're going to introduce the imminent storm. Good work the other day. Thanks to you, the redevelopment work has been safely resumed. We are troubled to find that the squatters' weapons were likely supplied through their involvement of the terrorist group Imminent Storm. We really should perform a full-scale investigation, but they hold some pretty bad company. If you get my drift. Unless we have direct evidence of wrongdoing, we cannot get involved. Well, we have our reasons. Even though we are called the Guard, we are really mere cogs in the clockwork of business. We don't want to do anything to wring our own necks. Unfortunately, that seems to be all we can do. We are looking forward to working with you in the future. Okay, Zam City was one of the very first cities built in the underground city development program, so redevelopment is proceeding in various areas of the city. Although Chrome had held authority over this area, in recent years Merchrome has turned the tables so that most of the redevelopment projects have been led by Mercumo. It is not hard to imagine what these circumstances are involved in the recent events. I'll be in touch. Okay, what missions are there now? Rescue survey team and work robot room. Now this one's kind of a pain in the butt to do, so we're going to do this one. But we have to change things up because the enemies here are actually very, very laser resistant, energy weapon resistant. So we're going to sell our energy weapon. And luckily we get our full money back for items we bought. And we're going to equip this thing instead. It is the high capacity. It's the 1,000 round machine gun. It's pretty much the best machine gun in the game, in the entire original trilogy on the PS1. And actually, while we're at it, I might actually swap out by the new best head available because it has sensors and features that are going to be very helpful. Namely, this one. You'll notice it has everything, including a biosensor, a noise canceller, radar, a high-end computer system. Yeah. It also looks like the final head of the final boss in Armor Core 6. I believe the one that Cassie is talking about is the reboot, is the attempted reboot from 2022 that face-planted spectacularly. I think it even killed the studio. Pop that in. There we go. Okay, what else do I want? Probably more advanced boosters. No, that's all I'll do for now. Yeah, okay. Rescue Survey Team from the Earth Environment Reclamation Committee. Advance. For 25,000. Okay. We want you to break into an old military facility remaining above ground to the southwest of Isaac City. This facility has been completely abandoned, but we have reason to believe it had been used as a testing ground for prototype weapons prior to the Great Destruction. If any of the companies get wind of this, a fight for this facility is inevitable. We immediately sent a survey team to find out the truth, but they ran into trouble. A gate within the facility suddenly closed, and scrapped security MTs began operating. After barely making it back to the first floor, the team is stranded behind the locked gate. The security MTs have been repulsed for now, but we don't know how long this will last. We want you to rescue the team ASAP. That little boxy truck there is what we were at. Our guys were trying to rescue.
Main system engaging combat mode.
These enemies are actually very, at least resistant, but they're very weak to bullets. That's why we switched to the solid shot machine gun. With lots of ammo. Clear out these guys. You don't get any pay for killing them, so you should really be avoiding them most of the time. Their weapons kind of stun you, kind of stagger you a little bit, so they're a little annoying to kind of try and move around. I want to say it was dead. I believe, yes it was, so let's keep going. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm going the right way. Played this mission enough times, I would probably remember. Yeah, kind of blowing. Yep, alright, we're in the right area.
Destroy the gate lock device. This will certainly open the gate.
You see that thing that says target, we just shoot it?
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
we go. Mail. ERC. Earth Environmental Reclamation Committee has recently made a name for itself in the public eye. Professing the goal of reclaiming the above-ground environment, the committee has some of the most prominent scientists in the world as its members. However, there are many questions in regard to its true nature. There are rumors that it is actually an organization with some other purpose. I'll be in touch. Because, of course, nothing can be good in this universe. Have I made it to the rankings yet? Nope. Terrorist Pursuit. Now, this is an interesting one, but we're going to switch back to our preferred, my preferred loadout, because that was what we did just then was mostly just compensate for the, you know, the durability, the strengths and weaknesses of the enemies in that particular level. There we go. Now this is meant to be like, you know, you're going down like one of those parking garages that's multi-leveled, and you have to kind of chase this enemy all the way down to the bottom, but there's a cheese strat to it. Just now, several MTs thought to be terrorists attacked and appeared in an urban district indiscriminately. They attacked the surrounding buildings and fled. Guards rushing to the scene cornered one terrorist in a nearby parking garage, but the garage was has only one large entrance, so it is not easy to get to him. The rest of the gang is still fleeing, and we cannot spare any more men. Go to the scene ASAP and cooperate in destroying the terrorist. Several civilian vehicles remain in the garage. Damages to the vehicles will be deducted from your pay. Sorry, we got budget problems. We got budget problems too. So good luck.
Main system engaging
and the
combat
cheese
mode.
is simply to ignore him for a moment. Kind of go across from here. And kind of block his escape route. Because he'll come to you eventually. He'll kind of do his thing for a bit. Still haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 myself, to be honest. Still want to one day. Just waiting for it to be on a good price. Yeah, on a good sale. And to kind of have spare money. And... get out a little bit, see if he's willing to kind of move in now. Slowly making his way to the entrance. Come on, man. I have things to do. There you are. See? Kind of gets stuck. Kind of came right back out. In here. And you see he kind of comes up against you and you just kind of fire away at it. Like that. Yeah, he's damaging me at the same time, but I'm much more durable than he is.
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
And we did lose a couple cars back there, but we still got most of our money, most of our pay. Mail. Parts, and then now the parts in the garage have been pumpkin spice Twinkies now, you say, Nightly. Well, that's definitely something. We have now added the following AC parts to the shop. For details, refer to the descriptions of individual parts. These legs, heavily armored humanoid legs with high load capacity, poor speed. Humanoid legs with special anti-energy weapon armor, high load capacity. The best quad legs in the game, in the entire trilogy, actually. Four-legged type with maximum AP and load carrying capacity. Dreadfully durable monster machine for the tanks. Nice. Let's see what parts, what missions are there. Aha, perfect. Okay. Time to get a famous weapon hidden in this level. Let's see. How do I want to change up my loadout? I'll just option parts. This one. Buff my energy weapon damage. Storyfield Depot, Miracle Millennium. We want to perform a secret survey of a chemical dyeing co. research lab located in the East region. We have heard many troubling rumors about a certain company's research from the information that we've gathered so far. This seems to be Chrome's doing. Your mission is a diversionary action in support of the survey team entering the lab. Attack the fuel depot adjacent to the lab and blow up all the fuel tanks inside. The survey team plans to enter the lab during the commotion. You must escape from the depot after blowing up all the tanks. If discovered by the guards, you'll have trouble. There is probably a large number of tanks in the fuel depot. Be careful to avoid damage from the explosions. Alright, and good thing we got this new head that has the noise canceller, because this is the mission that has enemies that would jam your lock-on ability, and you have to manually aim everything until they were destroyed.
Main system engaging combat mode.
But now they don't do anything. So, but first, there's these turrets in the roof. Conserve ammo if I can, because I only have so many shots. 4 shots, alright, and there are these little bobbing things on their way here. They actually have no attacks, but they do jam your sensors if you don't have the right head part. And explosions in this game are huge, so yeah, you have to keep a good distance from things from explosives if you use them. Nope, too far. Okay, I'm not sure how good my Twitch stream is doing, because it seems to be kind of lagging a fair bit. Not that I usually have very many people watching on Twitch anyway, but, you know, it's an option for people. We're just going to clear out this entire room first. Go back to the entryway, to the, this direction here, and this is where things get interesting. There's some targets here. Little nooks up here, but what we are really interested in I'm done clearing out these guys here. Actually, the shelf here we're going to pop a shot in there, have them all clear out, and then we're going to hop up onto the shelf.
Enemy MTs identified as guards.
And some enemy MT reinforcements will show up, and this is what we're here for.
AC weapon obtained.
A new weapon, the Kurosawa. An incredibly powerful laser rifle with an incredible rate of fire. It's very drainy, though. It's a little tricky to use, but it's very powerful and will melt just about anything you go up against in the original trilogy. So now I'm just going to clear out the last of these trucks here. There's still some left somewhere in that other room. We'll find them now. We'll get a message saying, hey, you're done here, go home. And you'll have to escape.
Enemy MTs identified as guards.
Probably the very back here. Yep.
Destruction of all targets confirmed.
We're just going to ignore all these MTs.
Raven, that is enough. Go back now.
Exit through this door here.
Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
And we made money, but more importantly, we got a very powerful weapon. We will most likely not be able to use it yet. Chemical Dying Code. There are many things about the Chemical Dying Code that make it hard for one to say it is a company with a good reputation. Although it has achieved a solid position as a biomedical manufacturer, the rumors of dangerous experiments and chemicals refuse to be quelled. In addition, it is a known fact that Chrome has had a major factor in their development through joint venture relationships. I'll be in touch. Alright. And these two are very iconic missions. Let's see here. We're going to have to build up your AC, though, because there's an other AC boss in each of them. I want to update my weaponry. This missile launcher isn't going to do it anymore. Okay, too expensive, so I can't do that and get good back weapons, so I'll have to make do with something else. These. Oh, actually, I'm just going to sell the Kurosawa for now, because it's worth a pretty penny. I guess we'll buy it back later. because what we need is quads to give me some good speed and allow me to use back weapons on the back while moving. Back weapon. Perfect. Okay, so I can afford this and maybe a rocket launcher, a light rocket launcher. Perfect. For like blind firing. Okay, so one of them has a hidden part in it, and actually it tells us about the lore. The other is just a twisted mission. But both of them have a hasty mini-boss in it. Well, I'm going to save either way. We are going to do this one first. We want you to wreak havoc on Gal City. The job is simple. Just attack the urban area and fire at will at any attractive target. If one finds oneself in danger, one who does not have the power to resist must depend on someone else. If you have the power, come to us at Chrome. You have 3 minutes for tactical operations. Staying any longer is useless. If you stay too long, we don't know what sort of trouble will happen. Your pay will be determined based on the results. Simply put, the more you destroy, the higher your pay. Good luck. Pretty much, Chrome is telling us to go blow up a city just for the, as a protection racket.
Main system engaging combat mode.
So we're just kind of, I just like to kind of, do this in front of a bunch of cars. Just be an absolute menace. Eventually, enemy units will appear. You should. It's kind of a retro game. I think you could really only get it if you
in the AC.
have an old PS1 or PS2.
If you resist, we will attack without mercy.
And we're just gonna ignore those guys for now, actually, and blow these things up. This infrastructure up at the top here. And there's like this little trolley of some sort that's up that kind of follows the roof. You could also engage. There it is. Okay. So I'm just gonna shoot that real quick. Killing who knows how many people at this point. Yeah, it was never released on Steam, Shu, so, so good luck finding it.
Enemy reinforcements identified as a ranking AC. Enemy ranking AC identified as Valkyrie.
So now to find where AC is. Oh, I'm fired upon by him. Around here somewhere. Is that her right there? Nope, he's not. Oh, that's her right there. Really lagging out my console. Come on, die already. Stop switching to your slug gun. I died.
Defenses damaged. Halting combat and returning to the nest.
So I'm going to go reload that save. Try a different loadout. So we're going to... Nope, we're going to sell my current... much of my current setup. Namely the legs, the chain gun, and the pulse rifle. We're going to get some different legs. Probably these guys right here. We're going to buy back the Kurosawa. Now let's see if I could fit this. I can. Still got that. Okay. It's okay, Shu. It's okay. So we're going to try this again. This time with the kind of broken weapon, the Kurosawa.
Main system engaging combat mode.
Sign. You can destroy the sign, but I just don't want to waste the time or ammo on it.
You, in the AC, surrender immediately. If you resist, we will attack without mercy.
Oh no, it's the semi-useless MT guard MTs. Whatever will I do? See, they die in one shot. Over. There we go. And there's the train. Only from enemies or exploding or like things that are truly explosive. Crushing cars does not damage you in this game.
Enemy reinforcements identified as a ranking AC. Enemy ranking AC identified as Valkyrie.
There she is. I saw her for a moment. There we go. Yep, she's gonna bunker down, use her cannon, but I have the Terasawa, so I could just kind of spam fire on her. There, she's dead that time. See, this weapon's kind of broken. It's an energy weapon too, so you don't pay for the ammo. It does only have 50 shots in it, and it drains your energy a fair bit when you fire it, but... I do hope we'll get paid for killing the guards. I want to make this whole trip worth it.
Scheduled time exceeded.
And
Combat
with that, the mission's
operations halted.
Let's see how much money we got. Fair bit. And that was actually rank 2, number 2 in the ranks, actually. So, with her death... once we defeat her, she's not there anymore. And we are actually now ranked number 7. And mail. Ranking Raven. From the Raven's Nest standpoint, as long as someone pays our price, we have no say in regards to the content of a mission. This means that sometimes Ravens may fight against each other. This time you fought against the ranking Raven, realzs. He is one of our top-ranked Ravens. You should consider yourself lucky to have escaped with your life. I'll be in touch. It's been retconned that it's a female. Or more accurately, I think that they say he as a translation error. Probably too heavy. I might have to go with a heavier build if I want to use that weapon. So let's see. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, okay, so I'll have to sell it. Pop in some new legs. yeah, Scarlett's doing a hand cam tonight, right? Like, what was it? Oh, I'm getting distracted. Save again, because this one's also got an AC mini-boss, but also a hidden part, and explains and it goes into the lore of the Human Plus program when you beat it. Okay, let's do it. Murakuma Millennium. We have an emergency. We have been informed of a plan to attack our long-haul freight train Boulder. We are unsure of the enemy's exact target, but it is likely that they are after the confidential cargo in the lead car. The train's next stop, Heavens Rocks Supply Depot, has very little cover. We feel that this would be an opportune location for the enemy to attack. Go ahead of the train ASAP and head for the supply depot. Give highest priority to ensuring the safety of at least the lead car. Cars further back are not particularly important at this time, but we will up your pay by 1,000 credits if all the cars are safe. By 10,000 credits if all your cars are safe, which is not going to happen. We're counting on you, Raven.
We have reached the fuel depot. Dropping AC.
Hi, Alta over on Twitch. How's it going? Sorry the stream's
Main
a little bit
system
laggy over there, from what I
engaging
can tell,
combat
but,
mode.
Alright, let's see if I can get these guys. That one's dead. I think I got that one. Yeah. Fighter jets. High mobility fighter jets. Where'd he go? Now he's above me again. Run out, little guy. Gotcha.
This is Boulder. We're almost at the destination.
There is one more fighter jet you'll have to take care of once the train spawns in.
Enemy AC approaching.
And AC pops
Number
up.
of ACs, 1.
That's the train. It's this fighter jet's the real threat. This is the one that's going to kind of be at the train. But you also want to get rid of this guy. That's the fighter jet. He's got a chain gun, but he goes down pretty quickly with the Kurosawa. And hidden in this crate, I believe, is a hidden part. Nope, it was this one. Nope, it was this one. In one of these crates is a hidden part. It was the very last one. No? Am I wrong?
This is Boulder. Refueling complete. We're underway.
Oh, it was this one. You had.
AC head obtained.
Yeah, it looks like they got a car. Which means no 10,000 credits, but hey, mission accomplished. We blew up an AC. We got a new head. Yippee. And we get to hear one of the most weird translation errors in the game's in history that I'm aware of.
Leaving Boulder mission combat area. Target of operation cleared. System switched to normal mode.
Yay! new mail. The red AC. We never imagined that the guy in the red AC would show up. The owner of that red AC was originally well known as a very able raven. Then one time he failed to complete a mission and was never heard from again. The AC reappeared several years ago. Since then, every time that he appeared on a battlefield, he would act like a mad dog, indiscriminately attacking anyone, over and over. There are some who say that he was just looking for a place to die. Now, no one will know the real reason for his actions. Human Plus. Are you aware of the Human Plus project? The Human Plus technology developed by Murakumo is an advanced technology whereby the organs of the body, mainly the nervous system, bones, and muscle tissue, are replaced with artificial replacements which give the subject abilities vastly superior to those of an ordinary man, so they turn them into cyborgs. People who have undergone this operation are called the Plus, the ranks of which include various soldiers and bodyguards for VIPs. Rumor has it several of the top-ranking Ravens are also Plus. However, the reason why Murakumo, supposedly an industrial manufacturer, originally developed this technology is still a mystery even now. I'll be in touch. And we're at rank 7 still. And it's been an hour and a quarter, so I am actually going to save and log off for today. Because I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. So I'm going to save, because this game predates autosaves, at least in this, for the series. And I'll put a pull up for what game I should play next. Yeah, shoo, I'm wrapping up. It's getting kind of late, and I want to figure out what's for dinner. So I'll put a pull up in the usual spot, and we'll throw in some retro games on there. Alright, thanks for coming, everybody. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.